It's like a Twitch streamer too, O.Pro, just ODATPRO, for suggesting the idea behind this deck today. The idea, they said that they were trying out Thing in the Ice, I think in the sideboard of the Grixis Dress Down deck, but I actually thought that this was a good enough synergy to try to play as a control deck in the main deck. Where the idea is that, like, usually you probably go like end of turn, turn 2 Dress Down, untap Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice will have no counters, you'll pass. The nut draw would be you casting like a Thought Scour or Cling to Dust to flip the Thing in the Ice immediately on turn 3, or you could just eventually flip the Thing in the Ice, you know? Of course, being a control deck, like, you know, your mana curves can be like a little more flexible in the how you sequence everything. I thought that was pretty exciting. Like, we already have a shell for this deck kind of built. The blue-black Lurrus control deck, where the last time we played this deck, we were playing like a bunch of Damnations in the main deck, and like more into the stories, and I was mostly relying on Hall of the Storm Giants to actually close out games. But now with Thing in the Ices, I think you need Hall of the Storm Giants a little bit less, so I trimmed one of those. I'm really excited about this. Usually I wouldn't like just be playtesting a deck like this on stream, but I think it's going to be good. I believe in it enough that I feel confident that we can do some cool stuff with it today, and it was really exciting too. And then I'm sure some people are curious about the internet issues. I was able to like factory reset my modem router, and ever since I've done that, I've been testing my speeds just like compulsively, and they've been really consistent, and they've been like what they're supposed to be for like the last 12 hours or so. I still have a technician appointment for this afternoon. We're gonna test and see if things stay steady today. And if they don't, let's look in his hand. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to the Speedify plan, where I've got both Speedify and, or sorry, I have both my cell phone and my wired connection kind of working together, and we'll see if that gets us through today. And then I've got the technician appointment tonight, and then we'll go from there. So I'm hoping that we're not going to have nearly as many issues as we did like last time. We had some technical problems, but I am hoping for the best and planning for the worst. Ethernet raw. I definitely have a wired connection, but thank you for asking. It's definitely a wired connection. How the salty deck yesterday felt? Pretty good. We were 8-2. We trophied with it. Brutal to not be able to drown this. Looks like Bring to Light. Could be Niv. The Niv often plays Yorion for max greed. Yeah. We drew the Bloodchief's Thirst. Do I thirst right now, or do I hold for a turn? If I thirst now, I'm pretty vulnerable to Fairy. I feel like I can wait. Just give them one more land. Dress Down with no Crooks of Shadow. Yeah, the idea is that Dress Down synergizes really well with Thing in the Ice in this deck. And Lurrus, of course. No, it's not Velomaka's turns if they have Breeding Pool, right? Or Misty Rainforest for that matter. Oh, perfect draw. Yeah, we've drawn really well this game. Did mulligan. So you need Dress Down, then Thing auto flips. You need to cast one spell after the Thing in the Ice to flip it, but it does power up the Thing in the Ices a lot. And let's drown that. And it's also true that it's also true that Thing in the Ice is probably not that bad of a card in like this red-based metagame. It's I don't think it's like secretly amazing or anything, but I do genuinely think that the card is a reasonable win condition where it's not going to die down Holy Heat on turn 2 all that often, and if you can like flip it relatively quickly, it maybe is going to be able to get around a lot of the red removal. Alright, so we need a little bit of help still. Oh, that's, man, just keep drawing charms, deal. I put the list yesterday. I feel like it was pretty good. We trophied with it. We were 8-2 on the day. The deck definitely was feeling like it was quite strong. All right, so that's card 5 in their graveyard. This can be card 6. They only have 3 cards left in their hand, or I mean, they still have 3 in their hand. I probably shouldn't say only. Lantern over Spellbomb to beat to beat Leyline of Sanctity. I say like 5 times a stream, but eventually we'll tell everybody. But in the Sultai deck we played yesterday, I think it was better to play the Spellbombs because people aren't going to bring in Leyline of Sanctity against a deck with counterspells instead of discard spells. Like Breen's Light. So I need to counter this instead of the card they get, because they could get Tibalt, and Drown could not counter Tibalt at this point. Yeah, we've been drawing just like so well this game. Now we get to draw 4 for 4 mana, and now if we draw any untapped lands, we have Drown up. All right, let's hope they're out of threats. They've had a pretty good draw too. Like usually their deck is kind of threat light. I can snap Bloodchief's Thirst. You draw a card. Might just snap Into the Story instead. This is the first game, Pro. Oh yeah, thank you, that Pro, for your suggestion. I gave you a little shout out at the beginning. It was really, really cool. Have you been playing like a deck like this, or have you just like been playing in the sideboard of Grixis? I'm gonna snap Into the Story. Like a little greedy, but the Snapcaster threatens the fairy, and it's not like snap Bloodchief's Thirst like lets us hold up a counterspell this turn. Maybe we can mill over their escape shift too. Just playing the sideboard of Grixis. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea. So I actually feel like it's really interesting in like this Dimir Lurrus control deck that we've been playing a little bit of. Really cool idea. Okay. So they plus Ragra and Triome, which I imagine means they have another answer to Snapcaster. Cycle it. Play Misty, plus Teferi. Pass, okay. So they might have like a prismatic ending or something here. So I could animate the Hall of the Storm Giants. I think I'm just gonna attack. They do have prismatic ending. So I can go, I need to be able to pressure this. So I can go Lurrus Bauble, or I can play Thing in the Ice. I can probably flip Thing in the Ice. The 20th trophy was yesterday with a Sultai control deck with Brink to Light Tibalt. Maybe I can't flip Thing in the Ice. Bit harder when there's nothing to target with these removal spells, I suppose. Guess I can activate the Hall. Opponent might just have another ending anyways. Weird game. Was there consideration to activating Hall in response to ending? You know what? I probably should have just done that. They have a Tibalt, which is still not, necessarily going to be enough. I play the Thing in the Ice, which I can kill with push, and then I can kill Tibalt or Teferi this turn. I can also just hit them and like just say that they're dead next turn. That could be better. Let's see. 6 to activate. Oh, I don't have enough to push and then activate and then hold up Drown. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna kill the Tibalt. Can't hold up Drown. I can't hold up Drown because of the Ren, yeah. Or because of the thing in the ice, so let's kill the Tybalt this turn. The next turn, hopefully you can kill Teferi and then hold up counter magic. Master Mike, 5 months, appreciate ya. Back to casting counter spells, hell yeah. Sorry if the mic is a bit loud. Why do you have to hold up Drown if they have Teferi? Well, the idea was that we would kill Teferi with the Hall. Fetches community blue ones. Yeah, with this current build, I ended up cutting the basic swamp. Okay, they found Bring to Light. I assume they have enough mountains in the deck to kill me. I'll make them show me that they do. Augie, 9 months. Appreciate you. Weird game. You have a favorite Stoneforge deck? Not really at the moment. We're gonna try Thing in the Ice with Shadow? Probably not. I think the two cards don't tend to play very well together. Alright, that's enough mountains. Let's go to game 2. So I'm interested in the Thoughtseizes. I do think I'm gonna be going like down on the Thing in the Ice dress down plan. I'll probably play 2 of each. Maybe even like a little bit less than that. We're gonna play 3 push. I'm probably interested in like 2 Flusterstorms too. We can cut the 4th Bauble, 3rd push. That's a Gen Coco. I think the deck's cool. I think it was like definitely better when it wasn't as much of a known quantity. But now I kind of feel like people... Oh, we have the combo. Let's try to keep this. The combo. I kind of feel like it's a little bit worse now that people like know the deck list. It can play a bit around it a bit better, but it's a cool deck. I like it. If I were a piece of graveyard hate, which one would I pick to beat Leyline? Maybe Soul Guide Lantern, huh? You don't miss Fortification? I miss Fortification against maybe matchups like this. Fortification engine. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, sorry. I got distracted. Sorry, chat. I obviously should have cast the dress down at the end of their turn. Okay, never mind. We're just flipping Thing in the Ice the old-fashioned way, I guess. Code, thank you for Twitch Prime, appreciate ya. So what we're supposed to do is cast Dress Down at the end of their turn and then type cast Thing in the Ice. I'm just kind of brain farted. They can't cast Teferi Time Raveler here, which is nice. Can cast Dryad. I think I'm just gonna counter that. Yeah, we're just playing good, clean, honest magic here. But yeah, Force of Negation in general has just not been particularly good for me lately. You play just on EOT, untap play Thing in the Ice with no counter. So I probably have Veil of Summer up here. I hope not. Cool. So no, Dress Down doesn't immediately flip it. You still need to cast one more trigger to one more instant or sorcery to flip it. It'd be way better if that's how it worked. You know what I'm on for this weekend? At the time of making this comment, I'm planning on playing Grixis Shadow, but I mean, I definitely like. I usually end up changing my mind, but I can't predict how my mind will be changed. I guess I'll use Charm here. I think we're just gonna use all these as counter spells this game. Couple days to switch to Esper Shadow, maybe, yeah. Will we play some Esper this week? I don't, no. I like to keep things a bit open. You never know. Okay, so I'm gonna let them get the spell and then counter it here. it's good to just like get the Tibalt out of their deck. Last game we didn't have the luxury of doing this since they had only 6 cards in their yard. Off Murktide control. I mean, I'm just trying to try a lot of different things, right? I'm not on or off of any particular deck. Yeah, just trying to keep my options open a bit.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Thanks to the cheer, Apex. Let's Thoughtseize them. I mean, their Bringtide is not that good with Scapeshift and Valky gone. It's also like a bit of a more clunky spell. Usually they only play 1 Scapeshift. I guess it's possible they could have 2 in their deck. If you like your off hammer. I guess I haven't played the deck in a while. Bringtide gets Verdict. Yeah. Oh wait, no. There's like, how do they have Verdict in their deck post board against us? Yeah. Oh. Well, maybe they do. I mean, I have to leave this up for the Bring to Light, I guess. The Hall can finish them off. Surprised they left in Prismatic Ending. But yeah, their deck again is like pretty threat light, so I'm gonna counter whatever they get off of this. If they have shifting Ceratops, then good for them. Yeah, you're right. They might just not have the ability to side out Prismatic Ending against control decks right now, because there aren't a ton of hard control decks in Modern at the moment. Alright, I guess we'll hold up Counterspell / Into the Story. I don't really feel like Wrenn and 6 does anything here, so I'm just gonna let it go. They don't have a Triome. They have plenty of lands anyways. I'm just gonna kid them. What do you think about the hot take that Dominar's Judgment that black is the worst color in Modern? It's like definitely green. Oh, no lands? And both Thoughtseizes. Yeah, no, green is definitely the worst color in Modern at the moment. Black is pretty good even, like the discard spells are strong at the moment. I've been playing a lot of black decks. It's like Titan's not that good. Yeah, like green is like easily the worst color at the moment. Yeah, black is a Lurrus color. Green is not a Lurrus color. Well said. I'm so proud of chat sometimes. Sometimes. I'm gonna cut even another dress down on the draw. Definitely not really the matchup for the thing in the ice dress down. Go with a third push, be able to kill Dryads and Omnaths a little more efficiently on the draw. The best color is also definitely red. It's not even close. It's like, yeah, it's like you can't make a reasonable argument for any. Oh no, come on. Guess we're bobbling them. Yeah, you really can't make an argument for any color besides red being the best. Why not playing Tarpit? Hall is a lot better than Creeping Tarpit. They have a Windswept Heath on top. I might want to like clean to dust the land they get with Wrenn and 6 this turn. Really happy that there's no Wrenn and 6. No, Blue-Red Murktide's not the best deck. I would say that the best deck is still like a competition between Elementals, Hammer Time, and then I personally think that the black-based Ragavan Darcy decks are better than the blue-based ones at the moment, but it's maybe a conversation. That changes if Unholy Heat wasn't printed. I mean, who cares if it does or not, right? Unholy Heat is printed. But like Unholy Heat, Expressive Iteration, Ragavan, Darcy, like are all been just like insane upgrades for red. Please don't have Veil. I can't. My heart can't take Veil of Summer. Okay. I guess I could have added Mystical Dispute to this list of things my heart couldn't take. Yeah, turn 3 to Fairy with Dispute up is just like not super beatable for this deck. And can we draw a land, please? We've cantripped so many times. Come on. Maybe we drew the Bloodchief Stairs as a rub in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 9 looks at a land. At least my opponent's putting me out of my misery quickly, huh? You think yesterday's deck brings Lurrus is a solid option for bigger tournament? Yeah, I think it's fine. I would say so. I liked it. That one's a pretty green heavy deck. Hey, it's fair. I don't know. It's just all feel like super semantic-y. Doesn't really matter, right? Cookbook. We have Dress Down if they have Urza Saga. You need to draw some lands. They do have the Saga. They get to exile their own fetch land, which is actually good against us. I think I will get a Watery Grave tapped here. Yeah, Principe's been, you know, maybe waiting to pull off the ankle weights, huh? I kind of feel like that's what's happening. Just any second, Principe can pull off these ankle weights. I think I thought it wouldn't be good that good to Unholy Heat. Well, it usually will not get heated on turn 2, which is definitely a really important thing. Good Dress Down right now. Yeah, I think I'd rather, like, we're a control deck. My opponent's really likely to sink their mana into Saga's tokens next turn and just like get blown out. And then like the idea is like you could also like flip Thing in the Ice on turn 3 with your Dress Down plan, and if you do that, then Unholy Heat is also not killing Thing in the Ice. And let me fetch so that my opponent cannot needle my Delta here. Yeah, you do need still need to cast one spell to flip Thing in the Ice after you Dress Down Thing. Which you can still flip it on turn 3. It's kind of your nut draw, but any consideration for fetch shot in your main phase? Archmage Charm was up. Archmage Charm is up. River of Tears only taps for black if you played a land, not if you fetched a land. Fetching a land doesn't make River of Tears tap for black. What's the game plan here? Dress down, kill both of these tokens, and be ahead. I probably don't need to have Counterspell plus Drown up here. Play this tapped. Yeah, River of Tears is mostly an island in this deck, right? Where when you're going to cast a blue spell, you're almost always going to cast it on your opponent's turn. The exception being a Thing in the Ice, but they only cost 1 blue. You're almost always going to cast it on your opponent's turn, which was when you'll need to tap for blue. I think sometimes it'll tap for black on your turn when you want to cast Fatal Push, Bloodchief's Thirst, Lurrus. They exile my graveyard, which makes sense because now I can't recur Dress Down. I've got 2 more Dress Downs in the deck though. They have to have Saga. In fact, maybe they meant to cycle the lantern there and messed up. But these like don't really do anything unless they can stick a Lurrus or a Saga. Or sorry, an Urza or a Saga. Yeah, this is definitely like secretly how they're gonna beat me. Maybe not that secretly even. I bauble myself. Another bauble on top. I'll go ahead and fetch and I think just push the Daredevil. 2 bones, 20 months. Appreciate ya. What's the thought process choosing which dual lands to include? I mean, that's a really complicated question that you're asking. It's like it's different for every single deck, and it's different for all of your spells, and so that's not a question that I could reasonably answer with just a couple of words. But that is something that we talk about on the stream a decent amount, though, so you'll be able to pick it up as time goes on. 2 bones, 20 trophies, let's go. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got an okay lead at the moment, so I'm not, you know, feeling too much pressure at the moment. Did I steal the cookbook? I'm just gonna draw 2. Probably taking 4 this turn. Okay, they found another saga. I could definitely them out of this. We're going to just kill this Daredevil. I don't know. We could probably flip this thing in the ice, actually. Just kill both the construct tokens. Yeah, our deck is definitely good against Saga. But you know what? I guess I don't want to draw so many cards I have to discard immediately, so I'll just cast Into the Story on their turn. Yeah, they still have 7 cards in the yard. They discard the Misty. I really just don't think these 3 decks are that good, man. They just we just cast a Dress Down this game, and all of a sudden their deck just fell apart. No, they can't use a cookbook to get a card out of the yard because the cookbook also goes to the yard if they do that. So it's like they do get a card. They do get the Daredevil out, but then the cookbook goes to the yard too. No matter what they do with the cookbook, another card goes to the yard. Maybe I should have upkeep storied here. I was thinking the ice to direct with Dress Down. So if you Dress Down and then Thing in the Ice, it will enter with no counters. You still need to cast 1 spell to flip it, but that is like very, very good if your Thing in the Ice only needs 1 spell to flip. In theory, at least. We're just kind of, you know, just testing it, to be honest. Never seen Thing in the Ice. Yeah, really cool card. Used to be very popular back when Blue Red Phoenix was a deck in Modern. Shadow Weasel, thank you for your 6-3 sub. Very cool. Welcome back, buddy. I'll tell you another cool card. Into the Story. They have a removal spell for Thing in the Ice? They do. That was their 1 unknown card. They have another Thing in the Ice. But these Saga tokens are real big. We're gonna have to kill 1 with Drown this turn. If we don't find Dress Down. Bauble. Do you have all the cards I need for Hunted Burden? Yes and no. I'll be fine, don't worry about it. I think a new opt can help bring back Phoenix a bit. A little. It's definitely an upgrade, but it's not like it solves all the problems. Oh, I guess let me draw my card off Bauble first. Cling is interesting. Interest. Cling. We get a command maybe to explain the interaction with Dress Down Thing in the Ice. We've been answering it a lot. What's happening? They're just making their constructs. Aether Spellbomb, alright. Well, I mean, we could just like snap Fatal Push. Their draw was Gilded Goose. I think we play Thing in the Ice. Snap push the Construct, just hold up a bunch of spells. You guys remember when we wanted to ban Urza Saga? I don't know. It's very good in the Hammer Time deck. It's like fine in Titan too, but I'm really happy that at least I personally feel like the format has just learned how to play against the card, and I these food decks really just I have not been impressed by them in a long time. Yeah, it's definitely a good card, but just like it's just not that unreasonable. I push token, it dies to our cantrips. Well, they're gonna Aether Spellbomb if I cast a cantrip. I guess I could go cantrip. But I would also like to point out we can never ever lose this game under any situation. we cannot lose this game. I think it's fine to push the token. If it's unbeatable if you don't draw the perfect answer at any time. I heavily disagree. I think that is like the perception, but I think that that's just not the reality. Obviously the card is good. Obviously the card, you know, can win some games, but it is just not close to unbeatable. Everything thing over region due to dress down. Yeah, and then we also get Lurrus this way, which also works with dress down. They're gonna get their asthma back, which doesn't matter. Okay, so I think we go Bloodchief's Thirst to force the issue. I guess I'll attack for 2 first. Attack for 2. Bloodchief's Thirst, the goose to force the issue with this Aether Spellbomb. And then we can dress down plus Thing in the Ice. We did it. Mission accomplished. Everybody can go home. Consider better opt in Snapcaster control decks. Probably. But I mean, I don't really think that like opt is like that good of a card in the first place, to be honest. Sometimes you'll end up playing it. It's like consider is a really small upgrade to opt. But in some decks it'll be like have like really high upside where you can like put like a Phoenix or a Croakstone to the yard. Yeah, thank goodness we had our combo so we could win this game. Yeah, we need to cast 1 spell here to flip the thing, which we get to do here. Yeah, just down, best card in Image too. Of course. What do you think is the best trophy hunter deck at the moment? I don't know. I should probably know though, huh? Twin does have 30 extra life. They're not gonna have time to crack all their clues. They're just dead next turn. Oh, they're not dead. They should be able to survive a turn. But they just pack it in. Let's go and bring in dress down number 3, the explosives. Not a big fan of Counterspell against their deck. I think I'll want some Counterspells. I don't like the Bloodchief's Thirst. I do think pushes are good. Maybe play 3 Counterspells. 3 Thought Scours. Could play the Damnation. I don't think we need it though. Let's submit this. Oh, Principe got a trophy. Cool. I love this graphic. It's so sweet. It's so sick. All right, Principe, pass canister up to number 2. Have the training weights finally come off? Is Principe cracking his knuckles, pushing his glasses up, ready to give us a run for our money? Oh, whoops. Dress down is definitely good outside of this Wombo combo that we have. Quite a hand. Like I'm having some trouble closing out closer games with Team Iraq. Do you think it would be outrageous to play one Hall? No, I don't think it would be outrageous. I also don't feel like I tend to have like hard time closing out games with that deck though, personally. We make a bet like Principe will get one more trophy today. I don't know. If we like tie up a prediction in that, then like we lock ourselves out of doing a prediction for something else. Yeah, did a mod end up making a command for the dress down thing in the ice thing? I don't think I saw it. But the Wombo combo is you go usually end of turn, dress down, and then you untap cast thing in the ice, and you only need 1 spell to flip your thing in the ice. I put a multi 5 this game. Oh, maybe I should have played Scalding Tarn so I could have pushed an Emery this turn. They're gonna finale. We could push the Asmo. I might try to set up for turn 3, end of turn dress down, untap double thing in the ice. Not sure yet. T-Paz, thank you for your 2-month reset. I appreciate ya. Or 19-month at tier 2. Oh wow, the opposite. The inverse. Crazy. They play their cookbook. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for the double thing in the ice this game. Tier 9's reset for 2 months, yeah. Yeah, I think Finale is really cool tech. I agree. We have another one. You have to kill the Asmo. I would suspect opponents should have got Asmo from the yard. Well, if they leave the Asmo in the yard, they can get it back with Cookbook, but I guess they can get back this one that dies. Not sure. My opponent lost connection to the game. Might be here for a little bit. Come on, can you please not? I really hope my opponent comes back because this is like such a sick turn that we're about to have. You know, I really would like to. I want to finish this game, man. I'm really excited. Can we afford a turn to kill Asmo to flip things? Well, if we leave Asmo alive, then it's gonna get to kill one or both of my thing in the ices. We need to kill it. Did you not at the end of their turn cast dress down? Have it stick around on your turn? Yes, Freebolt Pack, we could have, but my plan instead is to cast dress down at the end of this turn. This way I can play both thing in the ices instead of just one. Which I think I said, but maybe I didn't do a great job articulating. That deals damage. Creature. No, it deals 6 damage to itself. Asmo makes the creature deal 6 damage to itself, not equal to the power. Yeah. Principe got a trophy like 2 minutes ago. Time to drop the league. Seems pretty good. Okay. The third Asmo does put a wrench in these plans, huh? Yikes. I mean, the good news is, like, they're low on resources. We could just kill the Asmo. Put Lurrus in our hand or into the story. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get both of those creatures here. If they want to kill their own Asmo with their food tokens, that's fine, I think. Maybe I should have held up the charm instead for the turn. It's kind of it's yeah. I guess I opened myself up to Urza this way. And my opponent's hand is like Daredevil mystery card, new mystery card, so it's kind of hard for them to have land Urza as exactly the last two. Now it's 3 Daredevils. Could definitely lose to just a bunch of Oval Chase Daredevils this game. Alright. No, I don't think it's Metallic Rebuke in their hand. Yeah, no, I don't think it's Metallic Rebuke. I think that they just like click the food instead. My opponent has Imri on the top of their library. How much do I care about Imri? A little bit. I think I'm gonna go and just Thought Scour them. They didn't have Urza last turn. Yeah, that's the synergy locked. Oh yeah, opponent didn't have blue for Urza, so actually you're right, they could have one. We could. Alright, so you hit for 8 next turn. In Sphere of Annihilation, place some explosive in the deck. Not Sphere of Annihilation is a lot worse. Yeah, so we can try to go this turn. Lurrus, Thing in the Ice, press down. We need to. I guess we would need to draw a 1-mana spell to be able to also flip. Lurrus, Thing in the Ice. Yeah, we need to draw a 1-mana spell. So maybe I should draw 2 with Charm to try to do that. Yeah, I think I kind of like this as the game plan. Okay, land, huh? My opponent did not, I guess they're planning to cookbook back their Urza, so we need to hold up Drown for Urza. So I guess let's go Thing in the Ice to block one of the Daredevils, hold up Drown for this turn. They get back Asmo. So I could no. If I sack the explosives, then they just get back book with Imri. Doogie, 17 months. Appreciate ya. How about red in this deck for Bolted Moon in the side? This deck you cannot splash red for Blood Moon. You also lose Lurrus. Lurrus is huge in this deck. And I also don't think, like, you have access to Bloodchief's Thirst. You don't need to splash a color for another good 1-mana removal spell. And if you're talking about Alpine Moon, you don't need it because you have Dress Down. Alright, let's see how relevant my opponent's last card is. No, so I guess they have 2 unknowns. It's Daredevil 2 unknowns. Is it Urza? Really? Sheesh. Alright, we can still try to flip this thing in the ice off of the Dress Down. We just need to draw a spell. Also, my opponent, like, you know, they're down 10 minutes on the clock, which is just a recurring theme on this channel. All of our opponents are down 10 minutes. Not bad. That's a spell. Oh no 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 no! Oh no! I forgot to dress down first. That's the second time I've done that. So embarrassing. I don't know why I just kind of brain farted. Yeah, I feel like that happens with my opponents. They take like super long on their turns. I just totally forget my like what I was planning on doing. I want to see if I would have drawn the spell. I would have drawn the spell. Okay, well, we have game 3 on the play. Embarrassing, but we're pretty ahead still. E for 0 might have been better. Maybe. I don't know. We never ended up cracking it. Spicy tech from Juka. Feels so bad that the game was winnable. Blue Red Delver, but you do your shopping at Urban Outfitters. Looks like one of my first ever budget decks. Is Ratchet Bomb an okay budget replacement for EE? It's also a degree worse. Yeah, I don't think it's a great replacement for it, honestly. Alright, let's keep this. Add it on top, shuffle. That Watery Grave back. Yeah, did a mod ever end up making a command for the dress down thing? You did? Cool, thank you. Oh no. Good draw. Should probably target my Bauble, right? No, River of Tears is the only land in its cycle. It's a land I really like. Can definitely be a land that leads to some punts, though. Excuse me. I'm okay if they sack their lantern. They ended up not doing it. Consideration for Zaggoth Triome? I don't think so. Like putting a Zaggoth Triome on your land is a big cost in my opinion. It's like all of a sudden you have like this tap land that is like bad to draw almost always, and then it's like it will be good in very, very corner case scenarios where you're gonna explosives for 3, and you're not gonna side in explosives in like matchups where you're gonna explosives on 3 very often. Like this is for like Hammer Time and Temur Rhinos mostly, and food decks, and you're just very rarely gonna want to explosives on 3 anyways. I could push the Urza here. And draw 2 with Charm. Yeah, I've got so many answers to the construct. I think that's fine. Thank you, Squee. Let's go! Just want to make sure this resolves. You guys ever draw 4 cards for 4 mana, huh? What a deal. Yeah, so if you see people in chat asking about the dress down situation, if you guys could type !DD. You ever draw 4 missed land drops? Ah! Nani? Oh no, Tezzeret Agent of Bolas. Disaster. Oh, dude, we can E on 0 and kill the Bauble. Yes, let's go E on 0. Oh, wrong spell. You ever kill a Bauble with explosives? That's something. Yeah, another cookbook. I doubt my opponent's gonna be able to close out this game in time. I think that they're just gonna cookbook back their Urza here. But I mean, they're like really behind anyways, right? Like they're super far behind this game. Like I don't think they would be winning even if they had all the time in the world, unless I punted like I punted game 2. They probably didn't even need to attack the Tezzeret, but it doesn't really matter. All of his Storm Giant's doing its best colonnade impression. Yeah, we might activate it next turn though. Just need one more land. One more untapped land. We're not activating it. That's fine though. Moving Marsh on top. Yeah, rest in peace, Celestial Colonnade. It's better if you play Colonnade is like almost playable if you play Growth Spiral though. So could have end of turn dress down. Yeah, end of turn. I mean, it is. The game's over. I don't need to overthink it. I guess it's not technically over. They can sack the food. They go down to 1 and we get to play a thing in the ice with no counters. Don't know how my opponent gets out of this. This has seemed pretty good so far. Yeah, and now it's like a dress down for the other construct. I guess my opponent can get like Nile Spellbomb. But then we just like dress down the construct, activate the hall, kill him. Or drown this, or counterspell, whatever. They also have 40 seconds on their clock. Wait, they got cookbook? We lost to Bring to Light Scapeshift round 1. 8 toast, 8 months, appreciate ya. Pretty good day today. I feel like that deck's pretty good, the Bring to Light Scapeshift deck. They were playing Iteration, which seemed pretty good. This is the same opponent that went to Time yesterday? Oh wow. I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like go to Time a lot when they're like maybe new to MTGO. Every weekend, the Kiki Core decklist got 1 card bigger. It was like 61, then 62, then 63, then 64. I think I remember it being 65 at the biggest. I don't think I ever saw it get to 66 cards. How many times has Culling Ritual been good? It was pretty good yesterday. I liked it. It was like crazy good against Hammer Time and Food. And I think it's like solid against Rhinos too. This fall I registered, damn, Big Game Hunter. Big Game Hunter has been playable in Modern at some points, I think. Imperial could estimate Kiki Core better. I mean, it definitely does, yeah. Like, it's in my list, but doesn't make it playable, right? Because I really feel like that deck struggles against Ragavan. You know, and it's just kind of hard to say, oh man, my deck is super soft to Ragavan. They have double 1-drop here. So my opponent has a 1 mana permanent in play over there. Is there anything we can do about a 1 mana permanent? Let's see. Yeah, I can't counter the spell because the spell's already in play. I could draw 2 cards and that could maybe find me an answer to my opponent's 1 mana permanent. Let's read mode number 3. Gain control of target non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. That's so perfect here. My opponent has a non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. Let's steal it. And another one. Awesome. Trios, thanks for the raid, dude. We're having a good way. That's a big raid. Welcome, everybody. Get a shout out for Triosk in the chat. Oh, I could have stolen the Bauble, yeah. Oh, man. Sly return, 10 months, appreciate ya. I didn't hear the... There it goes. A little bit of a delay on the notifications. Welcome everybody from Trios stream. We're playing this blue-black control deck that's featuring Thing in the Ice and Dress Down. The idea here is that if you go like end of turn, Dress Down on your opponent's turn, you can untap and play a Thing in the Ice with 0 counters. And then like Dress Down has been like a pretty impressive card individually for me in recent testing. We also, every single draw step in this deck is Archmage's Charm. And this is because I have subscribed to MTGO Premium, which is a pay-to-win service model for Magic Online. I'll cling the Guile to turn off Delirium. Oh, so I guess not. That's not turning off Delirium. Just gets rid of 1 type. I'll actually counter the Voidwalker. Kind of a pain. Really? No, not really. This was a joke. There's no Thought Scour myself. They have enough cards for Into the Story here. Okay, now I'll hold up Drown/Cling. Why am I running Thought Scour? I'm playing Into the Story and Drown in the Loch. Both of these can be helped. You can enable these cards with Thought Scour. I feel like my opponent might be sandbagging a discard spell for Lurrus. Yeah, I think I'd rather just cling here. Opt or Sandwiches. I'm playing Thought Scour again to turn on Drown and Into the Story a bit more. Very good at enabling Into the Story specifically, and Into the Story is very, very good when it is enabled. Guess I'm targeting one of their 2 Baubles. Not clinging on my turn? Why would I cling on my turn? If I cling on my turn, I open myself up to a discard spell kind of unnecessarily. What I think about an Unearth or 2? You could play one. I feel like with like the amount of Into the Stories we have though, and the amount of Archmage's Charms, we don't really need the Unearth. Yeah, the land drop is much less relevant than fading a discard spell this game. So looks like they're gonna go Lurrus Voidwalker. We'll go Fatal Push Lurrus in response to Voidwalker. Thirst the Voidwalker. I guess we'll go Lurrus Thing to Ice Thirst. I mean, I would can I go Lurrus Thing in the Ice Thirst? I can't do it all next turn, so I'm just gonna push the Lurrus now. Don't want to like just not draw land and not be able to do this. Let's go. I think I'm just gonna hold that for next turn and cry if my opponent Thoughtseizes me. been finding a lot of things fun lately. The card I've been having the most fun casting is Dress Down. There's just like so many cool corner case scenarios, and like it's been like a really fun card to play with. It's Kaya's Guile. Excel's my graveyard, but thankfully I've got the Into the Story. It's just like the perfect card here. And Hall of the what's my opponent's life total? 7? Okay, well I guess my top of my library not super kind, but my opponent's life total is 7, huh? You play Dress Down with no Lurrus. Dress Down like might need to be in Lurrus decks for it to be like really good, but it seems to like it'll probably be fine in some non-Lurrus decks. My opponent could have another Kaya's Guile. I guess this could also, it has Ward 3, they could have Fatal Push too. So we'll see what we draw here. That'll do. That'll do. I've been really liking Hall of the Storm Giants. It's like it just like closes out games really quickly. Attacking for 7 is a lot, and it's also true that, you know, main lands that enter untapped, even conditionally, and tap for a color have never existed in Magic before. And this one's a pretty good one. It, like in a control deck, it just like really seems like it closes out the game a lot. The gunshots are for the Ragavan Darcy decks. Just like being able to kill one of those two things for 0 mana has been a really big game. I do think that this is not a great matchup for Dress Down. I think I'll go down to 1 copy. I don't really like Damnation that much against them. I'm a bit worried about Kroxa, and I'm a bit worried about Lingering Souls. Kroxa's really hard to beat if you don't either Thing in the Ice or Cling to Dust. Counterspell's not that good against them either. I'll play the Damnation, maybe. It's kind of slow card though. I guess it's not, it's actually yeah, this card is like really rarely on. I'll just play the Counterspells. Saw your notes on Murktide Control yesterday. Any other thoughts beside 4 fires, 4 expressive, and 4 Murktide? I mean, I have Decklist together for the Jeskai deck, the Jeskai Murktide deck, right? I've been liking that deck. Confused by your question. Yeah, you could play a Hall of the Storm Giants and Temur Rec. Oh no, actually no, never mind. I know you don't want to, because Castle Vantress is better than the Hall and the Reclamation deck, and then you just can't afford to play that many blue lands in your Red and 6 deck. So yeah, never mind. Don't play Hall and Rec. Definitely keeping this. EE is not good against my opponent's deck unless they have souls, in my opinion. Like, Explosives is almost always a 3 mana 1/1 in this matchup, which is like a devastatingly bad play. It is really uncommon that you're going to be able to kill 2 creatures with Explosives against them. Do you think the Jeskai is better than the Izzet variant? The one that plays like Blood Moon? Or like... if so, yes, I think so. I think that... like being able to have like 8 good 1 mana removal spells is really important, because like the Blood Moon variants don't really, they're not a good Unholy Heat deck. Because they don't play Bauble, and they don't play Darcy, so their heats are just not on that often. Never played the SCG tour. I mean, I never like traveled for an SCG tour event, but I would always play them when they like came to my local area. But I've never traveled for an event, no, for SCG tour. I was always, you know, a bit more interested in the PT GP circuit. I really hope they dash Ragavan. Looks like we're gonna play Voidwalker maybe. Yeah, we have Drown for that, I guess. I'll Scour them for Into the Story. For 1 copy of Dress Down. Yeah, being able to answer Ragavan and Darcy. Oh, I guess we're not answering Darcy this game. We actually could with Dress Down. Yeah, being able to answer like Ragavan, especially a dash Ragavan for 0 mana it's been a really big game. Could kill this. Not sure. I'm supposed to hold this up or not. Yeah, second Voidwalker's a bit annoying. They did miss their land drop at least. I need to counter this. I can't let them into the story. Oh, damn it. Give them a charm seems not great. Seems better than giving them an end to the story. Wasn't it better to play Hall first? Hall doesn't enter untapped. Hall only enters untapped if it's one of your first 2 lands. Just done response. Well, I cast Charm in response for the first Thoughtseize. I thought that was better. I don't think I did anything wrong there. I would love to be able to go just down plus Thing in the Ice here. I think we'll have to go end of turn. If you control 2 or more other lands, Hall enters untapped. So yeah, it doesn't work. It enters tapped if it's your 3rd or land or after. We had 2 lands already in play. All right, a spell would be so good here. Oh, sorry, we need an instant speed spell. Okay, I'll take a second Thing in the Ice. What a swing. I will take a second Thing in the Ice. They don't have 2 removal spells. We get to flip Thing in the Ice's next turn. It does kind of stink that these are just getting bounced, but let's hope they don't have a answer to my Thing in the Ice, huh? Kind of funny, it seems like if we didn't block Ragavan, maybe we would just win this turn. But since they didn't see the line. Oh, worse than Tarpit. It is worse than Tarpit here, actually, yeah. The block was sus. I kind of heavily disagree that the block was not, at least reasonable. Alright, we're going in for the kill. Not blocking Ragavan with your Thing in the Ice, I feel like that's, totally reasonable to block the Ragavan there. On chat. I don't know. I feel like it was a good block still. I think it's another Lurrus deck. I'm gonna keep this hand. A little slow, kind of soft to turn 1 Ragavan. Okay, interesting. Island on top of my library. I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle. That's back. To explain why does that happen? Yeah, I mean, we'll dress down stops the Thing in the Ice from entering with counters. I can't exactly explain the mechanics of why that works, I guess, but it does work that way. And I'm not sure you need too much more explanation beyond that, I guess. Yeah, it was layers all along. I know it's not layers, but it's just kind of funny to just say layers. Alright, if my opponent hammers, hits me for 10, that's fine. We'll go to 7, then get a 2-for-1 with the push and hold up drown. Yeah, push it, being a push deck is really refreshing. Because I've been playing a lot of red-based removal, and that's a big part of why the Hammer Time deck's been successful, is that there's not a ton of pushes. They go Lurrus in their hand. I think I'll go cycle my dress down here. It's back. Interesting to see the red splash. I'm not sure exactly what that's for. Why blue-black instead of blue-red for reach for Thing in the Ice. You do if you have a flip Thing in the Ice, you're not that interested in having lightning bolts, I think. At least I'm not. You don't really need lightning bolts. And then you also get Lurrus as a companion in blue-black, which is nuts. So then Drown is also really good in Modern at the moment. Yeah, is it really just for a Magmatic Theft? Aether Vial is weird too. I haven't seen Vial in the Hammer Time deck. It's kind of interesting. Any thoughts of taking their cigars they would try? I don't think we need to. I would rather take the Vial because I have Snapcaster and Lurrus here. That for the mirror? Oh, that's really cool. I love that. They steal the other Vial too? Probably not. I just want to kill this. This way I can go Lurrus, then have Snapcaster plus Drown or Charm up. Keep a Fatal Push. Yeah, opponent is playing Aether Vial and Hammer Time. Modern's looking pretty good today, or these days. It is for Magmatic Theft. I guess I'll use Drown, or should I Snap Drown? No, I'll keep the Snapcaster up. For now. If Lurrus to gain some life back. They can't Violence Spellskite. How did Sultai bring to light Lurrus go? I was only able to play 2 leagues because I was having some technical problems yesterday. But I went 8-2 and I trophied a league too, so it ended up going pretty well. I'm doing well, XF. How are you doing today? Has Magmatic Theft on top. Good to know about. Good insurance against Urza Saga. We do know that they're playing Saga because they have Ginger Brute. I mean, of course, like their deck usually plays it anyways, but like you can like know for sure it's there because of the Brute. Like it's just there as a target. A lot of lands. That's fine. Okay, they just pack it in. 4 cards. Too intimidating for my opponent. Or with the Damnation, because of Sanctifier mostly. Oh no, all of our cards are good. Right. Let me cut the Cling to Dust. Oh, the counterspells, right. This was the plan. We're making room. Can trim 1 Thought Scour, 1 Bauble. This looks pretty good to me. Maybe I want to cut a thing in the ice. Can be maybe awkward to draw 2. It's probably fine. It's actually kind of nice with Gut Shot. It actually helps like with the dress down thing in the ice plan. Into the Story seems excessive. Yeah, you can maybe cut 1, but it's also like their deck can be surprisingly grindy, so I don't mind having it. Like you do need card advantage in your control decks. Need all 4 dress down. In this matchup, it kills Urza Saga tokens, which is really important. I think it's also like can be good against Stoneforge Mystic, can be good against Sanctifier and Vec. It's got a lot of little applications. Thing in the ice on top. So I guess we can go, hopefully, just like represent interaction here. Hopefully my opponent doesn't just, go for anything. Then we can go into turn dress down, thing in the ice, flip thing in the ice with Thought Scour. Pause a bit. Come on. This felt pretty good so far. The spec around Game of Thrones. That's actually a common misconception. I know that I bear a passing resemblance to Game of Thrones star Ed Sheeran. Common misconception, not actually me. Rick, donate 50 bucks for deck tech. Deck tech plus bonus 5, pretty awesome. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we can take a look. Why didn't I cast Thirst? Why would I cast Thirst? If I cast Thirst, I don't get to flip Thing in the Ice. And my plan here instead is to go... I'll block Stoneforge Mystic in case they have Path. Then just going to cast Thought Scour to flip the Thing in the Ice.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
This isn't a horror, is it? Let's go! Did you post the link in chat for the deck tech? Oh, you got shot too. How big is Ed Sheeran in the US of A? Well, I mean, any Game of Thrones star is very very famous, and Ed Sheeran is my favorite Game of Thrones star. Esper Chalice. I love Kaya at the moment. I probably played 2 Kayas. I would not play Jace. I would just like not include the card. I would probably only play 1 Solitude as well. I think Vindicate's not a great main deck card at the moment. Actually, never mind. Hold on. Maybe Jace is like kind of reasonable if you're playing Chalice. I'd have to think a bit more about it probably. But I could kind of see Jace being reasonable. Maybe I would instead advocate for maybe instead I would end up advocating for 3 Teferis, 2 Kayas, no Jace, but this is maybe fine. Maybe I would like to see a 3rd Shark Typhoon too. Yeah, I don't like the main deck Vindicates. I think you only want 1 Solitude. It can be kind of awkward to draw 2. Alright, I'm gonna steal the Gingerbrute here. After they hammer. Oh, they're not gonna go for hammer? Oh, chat. I think I get to gut shot them for lethal. Yes, I do. I get to go steal Gingerbrute, snap, thirst, the... Oh no, yes, snap, thirst, the Stoneforge Mystic, gut shot them. Let's go. Let's go. No, wait, no, I missed. They tapped the Sunbait Canyon there. Oh no. Oh, they tapped the canyon. They went to 9. They went to 8 anyways. I don't get to kill them with the gut shot. Sad. This is so sad. What's Stormwing to Murktide and Prowess? Yeah, I think that might be good. We've been talking a lot about this on the channel, and so Prowess players, I'm talking to you right now. It is my opinion that Prowess is like a fine deck at Modern at the moment, but the problem is that Stormwing Entity sucks. You do not want to register Stormwing Entity in Modern right now, in my opinion. Okay, I do want to draw this Counterspell, so I'm just going to pass. Don't register Stormwing Entity, find a better plan. So that plan can either be playing Murktide Regent, splashing white for Lumimancer and Lurrus, potentially playing Arc-like Phoenix and Faithless Salvaging, or playing Demi-Lich is another option that I've been messing around with and kind of liking. There are a lot of choices. You do not have to play Stormwing Entity forever. Why is Stormwing bad? Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat is the main thing. It's also like the card is also bad against Hammer Time in general. It just lines up poorly against their deck. It doesn't line up well against Elementals, and it gets Unholy Heated really hard. So it's like just like not a good option at the moment, in my opinion. Let's see if we can snipe their Cauldra. Sprite Dragon. Yeah, you could play Sprite Dragon. If you play Sprite Dragon, it's probably worth it to play Lurrus as a companion, and like maybe even if like your only way to Lurrus is to Manamorphose, it might still be worth it. Yeah, my opponent got Cauldra, which is like super soft to charm, so I'm gonna play the thing here. Yeah, if you want to find the list and the Stream Decker's not working for you at the moment, then you can type !Twitter in chat. I did tweet this list out. I don't think Runaway Steamkin is playable, or at least it's like, compared to the other options, it seems like a degree weaker. Oh, my opponent's playing Push. Oh no, don't have a discard spell. Okay, thank goodness. I'm playing your 4-color general deck. For the sideboard, it's just playing more Alpine Moons. I've expected more big mana. Probably, yeah. Yeah. Seems like the card to play. Thanks, Spider. Yeah, this was a Twitter suggestion from O.Pro, who's a fellow Twitch streamer too. They tweeted out the idea this morning. I thought they suggested it being like tech for the sideboard of the Grixis Shadow deck, but I feel like it's good enough to just build around. So that's what we did this morning. Really, really like the idea. They bolt me main phase. They have Spyro in their hand. Discarding modern staple Shambling Vents. Alright, let's not get got by random equipment. I guess I'll hold up Snap Scour. Red, white, prowess, splashing blue for duration. Yeah, you could do that too. You could definitely do that. In fact, like that's I was doing that like 1 hour into Strixhaven being legal, but it was mostly I just wanted to test both Iteration and Lumimancer. You didn't use Heartless Act to flip Thing in the Ice. Yeah, the problem is Heartless Act sucks in Modern. It's the big issue. Lots of Murktide with Delver and Spellstutter. Delver is not Modern playable. Spellstutter kind of is, but it's like still seems like a degree worse than like a lot worse than Darcy Ragavan. Like the big idea behind like not playing Darcy Ragavan in a Murktide deck is that you get to blank a ton of your opponent's removal that they'll leave in against you because they'll think that you're playing Darcy and Ragavan. So like playing other cards that are vulnerable to removal like Sprite and Delver just doesn't make any sense to me. Why did you steal in their turn? Could have attacked right away. It was tapped. Can't attack with a tapped creature. And stealing on their turn plays around them just attacking with Stoneforge Mystic, but more importantly, them dashing Ragavan. Yeah, they're gonna enable their own graveyard pretty quickly. I don't think we need as many Thought Scours. I play like 1 Explosives as a hedge to Souls. I think if we see Souls, I'll like play more. But the card's like not that good against anything else. But they're like Mardu no Lurrus, so they probably have like a bunch of nonsense. I think the 2 mana lose life kill spell we highly played. Not really. Like Death Shadow players will probably try it. It might be good in specifically like the Rakdos Shadow Scourge deck that's kind of fallen out of favor. I haven't seen Ragavan yet, so I'm gonna leave the gunshots at home too. Are you thinking of playing Mono Red Phoenix? I do like Mono Red Phoenix, but when I've been playing it recently off stream, I've been splashing blue for Iteration and Charter Course, for Iteration 2 Charter Course, and I've been liking that as my preferred Arc-like Phoenix variant. But I don't think like the deck is like that interesting to play because it really is just like, you know, a prowess deck. I think it is a good way to build the prowess deck, but I haven't really been that interested in streaming it. What deck earned Trophy 20? It was Bring to Light, Sultai, Valky. The deck's in the Stream Decker. About the regular mono red blitz, well, you have to convince me that like not splashing for there, like you have to give me a reason to not splash for. If they get Cauldra, it's like obviously we probably win the game if we just deal with Charm. But my opponent, if they have a discard spell, can take my Charm, and that's how I can just lose this game when my opponent's bolt to 5. So I'm gonna kill the Stoneforge. Yeah, so you just have to convince me that there's a reason to play mono red over like splashing for Iteration or splashing white for like Lumimancer Lurrus. Because it's not hard to splash. Is Monastery Mentor modern playable? Nah, not really. It's like maybe high up in like my 4th tier that I like to talk about, where I've got 4 tiers of cards. Cards that are obviously good. Why are you asking me about them? Ragavan, Darcy, Bauble. Cards that I think are like well positioned in the current format that I would recommend playing. Into the Story, Dressed Down, kind of in these tiers. Cards that I think are like fringe playable or not well positioned. Lingering Souls, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Cards I just wouldn't recommend, but you can maybe keep your eye on. And then there are cards that I just would never recommend. And I think Mentor is in that never recommend tier. At least for the time being. Alright, let's see if I am interested in them drawing their top cards. Sword of Fire, Ice. Don't think I want them to draw that. Oh. Uh-oh, Crooks is so bad. Oh. Saved by the basic planes. Saved by the basic planes. Dress down on top? I'll keep it dressed down. Yeah, I don't think I want to also put dress down in the title because I want to keep the trophy race thing in the title. It's not that big a deal. People can figure it out. I play around Bolt by taking 5 down to 9. Yeah, I can go down to 9. Do you think Arclight Phoenix is still a good creature in Modern? I think it's too weak. You have to, I mean, there's like a lot to unpack good creature in Modern. I've had a lot of success with like Red Phoenix variants lately, yeah. I don't think it's like a tier 1 deck in Modern at the moment. It obviously isn't. But I do think that it is a somewhat playable card, yeah. Like the card itself is really strong. It's not about like the power level of the card so much as it's about like the enablers in Modern just not quite being there. You have a list for Red Phoenix. I haven't like posted it anywhere. I'll pull it up real quick. It's not something I really want to post at the moment. But I'll pull it up if you want to screenshot it, because I don't really necessarily feel like this list is ready. But one thing is, I feel like mutagenic growth is really important in the prowess decks. If you're building a prowess deck with less than 4 mutagenic growth at the moment in this very, very red removal metagame, I think you're doing it wrong. I've been finding success with this list off stream in my testing. I'm not really confident in the sideboard at the moment. I don't really want to post a list anywhere, but you can screenshot this and maybe tweak it yourself. I slow rolled my opponent. All right, after losing round 1, bounce back 4-1 that league. Pretty exciting with just like the spicy tech. I'm liking the list I have. It's still kind of a first draft, but I think I'm gonna run it back. No Dimir. So I've been kind of